Hey everybody. So, keep getting asked about the inside of the house. So, today, you get the inside of the house. So, internally wise, construction wise, we've changed everything. This wall here originally came to the edge of the fridge freezer. And the idea was that the kitchen would sit in that smaller area. But that didn't work for us. The fridge wouldn't fit and it wouldn't work for what we wanted to do. So that was the first casualty. We did away with that extension of the wall. And by doing so, we pushed back the interior wall for the bathroom and made the bathroom probably 1/2 metre smaller, which seems a bit drastic, but that's a guest bathroom only. And the reality is, the bath and the shower have never been used. So it literally is pretty much a downstairs toilet for daily use. And for when we have guests there, that will be their bathroom. So they'll have a bath, they'll have a shower, toilet, sink, etc. So that was the first part that we moved. We then moved every door to a slightly different position to give a more fluid aspect through the house. Obviously, this is the cloakroom downstairs where we keep all our coats and shoes, etc. by the front door. So, guest bedroom is probably, I'm going to think carefully, it's probably the only thing that didn't get altered that much. I think we moved some power points. Yes, we did, and we installed some additional power points. So, couple down there, and that one there. Yeah. So apart from that, this room, construction-wise, didn't really change. So this is probably the only room in the house that hasn't had major alterations. So, back to the lounge. So the lounge, as originally the stairs started here and went up that way. And then at the top of the stairs, they turned to the right, and this aperture where the stairs go up through was pretty much twice the size. So it was much bigger. And that gave a big landing upstairs with access to 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, which was great. It's a great layout, but it didn't suit us. We didn't need all of those bedrooms, and we felt that the bedrooms were kind of small. So we did away with the bedroom and we did away with the bathroom. And what we've got instead, as you'll see in a minute, is 2 bedrooms upstairs, both en suite. So the house has got 3 bathrooms effectively. But getting back to the kitchen we designed ourselves. We were going to get some planners in to design it, but my background is I've designed a lot of things for varying projects and spaces, so I was comfortable doing it anyway. And the wife is very switched on when it comes to looking at stuff, and between us, we pretty much cover sort of all aspects of the design. We love the colour. It's not for everybody, but you know, everything's personal choice. It's like wheels on a car. Not everybody likes the same thing. Mainly drawers. In fact, the only cupboards are this one in the corner, which has got a fancy corner layout. The one under the sink, which is where the drinking water filtration is, and the bin, so I won't bother showing you in there. And then this one, which is kind of a junk kind of place. Everything's soft close, soft touch, all the drawers are the same, pull out drawers. I am used to cupboards. You know, UK, it's very much cupboards in a kitchen. But the wife was very keen to have big drawers. She says it's a lot easier when you're storing stuff and finding stuff. I wasn't convinced, but I am now. I just felt that it was probably going to be worse than better, but it's the other way around. It's definitely better with drawers. So I concede that one to the wife, definitely. So we decided on a fancy sink, one of these sinks that's got a pull-out tap and waterfalls and, various bits and bobs. We've got a glass washer as well. Very, very reasonably priced. We have no hob at the moment, as you might notice, because the valve went on it. So it's undergoing repair at the moment under warranty. So we have no hob. Doesn't really matter here, because we have a grill, we have a slow cooker, we have an oven, and we have a barbecue. So we're not really missing it at the moment. Extraction straight outside. And this little thing they call a rocket socket. And it just gives you USB charging at the bottom and 3 ports. Stores away nice and flush, nice and inconspicuous, but it's great when you're sat here, if somebody wants to charge their phone or you're playing a game you need to plug into something. It's just a really useful point. Fridge was a must for me. I wanted an ice cube maker. I just drink cold drinks all the time. It's not a big thing here in Russia. It was really difficult to find a decent fridge, and a lot more expensive. So that definitely is one item that is more expensive here than in the UK. In the UK, they're 10 a penny and they're very, very cheap. But here, plenty of money. But it was budgeted for, from the beginning. It was one of the things that I absolutely was adamant I was going to have. So we've got instant cubed ice, crushed ice and cold water. Obviously fridge on one side, freezer on the other. And this is kind of cool as well. This is a neat little feature. It's a trapdoor, so you haven't got to open the fridge. You can just reach in and grab your tomato ketchup or your bottle of vodka. So that's kind of a neat little feature of that fridge. Moving on, TV. Again, another item that isn't cheaper here in Russia. I would say equivalent to the UK price-wise. Like for like, comparing apples with apples. So that's a 65-inch TV, Hisense. I've got to say it's brilliant, it's really good. Connectivity is wonderful. You can just pair anybody's phone straight to it, no hassles. And it does everything that we need it to do. So we're very happy with the TV. It's got a 5-year warranty on it. So, yeah, we don't watch a great deal of TV. This climate tends to mean that you're outside a lot, and really down this part of Russia, it is all about the outside. This vase, and we call it a vase, and the decoration that's in it was given to us by some very good friends as a housewarming present. And I love it. I really, really love it. It was very unexpected, and it was the first time I think that they'd been to the house. So to buy something that we think fits in so well with our house was great. It really was. I'm so chuffed with that. And it's, pride of place right by the main walkway through the house. So right next to the TV. The cats occasionally think it's a play toy, but they get told off because I don't want them messing with it. But I really love that. It's an awesome thing. So, yeah, thank you, Helen and Igor. Sofa is a huge bed. The whole thing goes flat. So it's like a super king size and a large single bolted together, but the whole thing folds completely flat. So, family time, you can get half a dozen people on here. And it's great for just folding flat, chucking some pillows down and just chilling. Transformer table. So that flips out, double width, spins round and then goes up as well in height. So that's kind of a cool thing. It's glass topped, and just gives us an additional, let me just lift it up. Just gives us an additional place to do things, you know, whether it's playing cards or, you know, a game of some description, or whether it's just somewhere else to eat. And then this spins round, and it is heavy. It's heavy construction. So that's Russian made, and very strong and sturdy. So that's the downstairs. I won't bother talking to you about specific appliances. They're all much of a muchness depending on which country you go. Coffee makers, microwave without a turntable, which is kind of cool. I like that. So you just put anything in there and you haven't got to worry about it spinning around. Works very well. So I won't go into the specific appliances too much. Like I say, they're much for muchness. The staircase. So this comes back to when we changed everything around. The architect at the developer was using CAD, computer-aided design. And as is often the case, computers say no. And the change that I wanted to make, which was removing the staircase from going this way up, I wanted to reverse it, as you can see, going into that corner and then turning in here. Because I just felt going up that way and then turning onto the landing was quite intrusive, because it went sort of halfway and then turned. So it didn't go full height, it went halfway and then turned. So you lost part of this wall and you lost all of that wall. And it just meant that really is where you're putting your TV. You've got no choice. That's where it goes. And I didn't like that. And again, for me, a staircase is just a means of getting from one place to another. So it's not somewhere you spend any time. So I didn't see the point of having a big, wide, glorious staircase, which is very popular in Russia. You know, it's very common to have big staircases, which is okay if you've got a massive, massive house, but this isn't. So you've got a big, grand staircase taking up a load of room, making a big hallway upstairs. And it was just a lot of waste of space to have this big grand staircase, and it just seemed a little bit ridiculous, to be honest. So anyhow, I redesigned the staircase, redesigned the aperture. The architect basically said it won't fit. So out came the tape measure several times, and I kept insisting that it would fit. And at times it was borderline a heated discussion, you know, where they were just, I think, probably thinking, who is this idiot? You know, what does he know? Which is fair enough, they do it for a living, you know. I've just come along and said, no, it'll fit. They don't know me. But what we've effectively done, we've taken a step off the bottom and put it on the top, and then the aperture, where it goes in here, it would have finished there originally. So we've extended it this way. So I hope that makes sense. So it means we've got one less stair in the lounge, which doesn't sound a lot, but it does make quite a difference to the room. So it just keeps the room nice and open. And much like the kitchen, there are no wall cabinets on the kitchen for that reason, to keep the space feeling bigger than it probably is. But the long and short of it, doing all of that alterations, the architects eventually said, look, fine, you can have what you want, obviously, but you're going to have to deal with the staircase. So the staircase is custom made. But as you can see, it fits. And we're really happy with it. Cost of the staircase was about, UK money, about £2,000 to have it custom made, which I think's really reasonable. That includes, obviously, installation. So yeah, we're really happy with the staircase. It's a nice feature. It's a lot less intrusive than it originally would have been, and it enables us to put the TV there and sit over here, which really gives a bigger feel for the downstairs. It doesn't come out on camera, but it is the width of the house and half the length of the house. So it gives us a much nicer room, much more space, and it just feels a lot more open. We don't need the kitchen cupboards. If we'd done away with the centre island, we could have put cupboards on the walls. And some people say, oh, that would have been better. But we like this configuration because this is where we eat our meals. So we've just extended the worktop and made that into a table. So that's where we eat our meals. The light above is height adjustable, remote control, LED, changing colour, blah, blah, blah. as are all the lights. They're all LED and they're all remote control, which is nice. And we've got such a variety of lighting that we can do in here. There's 4 different zones, so we can have the kitchen lit up, like a Christmas tree with the over the table light, the lounge light, and then the 4 corner lights in the lounge as well. So it really can be super bright in here, too much. But it's nice because you can just pick which zone you want. Air conditioning is a must down here. So that goes out to the outside. Again, that was another feature that got moved because originally the air conditioning would have been along this wall here. But that's where the garage is now. So there's no outside for the air conditioning, the main unit, the compressor I think it's called. So it can't go there. So we had to reconfigure that as well. And again, because we've extended the roof terrace, it couldn't go there, so the compressor is actually on the back side of the house over the other side of the kitchen. And again, all of the pipes had to be extended and it dug into the wall. But really, really reasonably priced. Didn't cost a lot of money. And that's the nice thing. A lot of stuff here is really cheap, so you can make all these alterations and it doesn't cost much. We got some neon lighting rather than LED. LED, you can see all the bulbs, and if you can't look at them, you can see them reflecting off the wall. You can see individual points. And I didn't want that, so we've got a neon strip, so it gives you a nice uniform light. Again, that's all remote control, colour changing, does all fancy stuff if you want it to, and you can mood light it down so you can have it a lot dimmer at night if you want, and like I say, colour changing, blues, greens, reds. So that's pretty much the downstairs. I didn't mention the splashback, which is glass, and it's printed. You can have any design, literally anything you want, printed on the back of the glass instead of tiles. Much easier to install, much easier to keep clean. Very, very well priced as part of the kitchen. And like I say, any design you want. We settled on this. We like the colours of the sea, it goes well with the cupboards. And the cherry blossom goes well with the cherry tree in the garden. So yeah, we liked it. It's not to everybody's taste, but you make a house your own, don't you? It's personal to you. But you could even give this company a photograph and it can be printed onto the back of the glass. So that's not something you see in the UK. As are these ceilings, which I'll mention again when I'm mentioned before I go upstairs. These are like a vinyl ceiling. So basically it's a giant bag, and they come in and they install a metal track all the way around the outside of the room. This bag gets clipped into place, and then they come in with a big space heater because the bag is hanging down here. And they come in with a big space heater and they shrink it, and it goes completely smooth and flat. Good thing about it is you can put lights anywhere without any alteration. You're just extending wires. You haven't got to drill holes through joists or floorboards or ceilings. You just decide wherever you want to put a light. It's not a problem. The bad thing is it's probably not terribly durable, but given that the rooms are 10 feet high, it doesn't matter. Nothing's touching it apart from an idiot moving a wardrobe. So that made a little hole, so we've now got a vent there. But you wouldn't know that if I didn't tell you. My wife will probably kill me now. Never mind. So yeah, really clever system. Not something I've seen until we came here. Better than painting, better than artexing, better in so many ways. And after a few years, if you want to redesign your lighting, you want to have a complete change, you just unclip this vinyl cover. You move all your lights to wherever you want, and you put a new vinyl up. And it's, in the grand scheme of things, it's pennies compared to what it would cost you if you were completely ripping out ceilings, drilling new holes, mounting, nightmare. So it's a brilliant system, really quick to install, and looks really, really good. And we've ended up having it through the entire house. So it's all through here as well. and in every bedroom and throughout. This is our little spaceman. So we just wanted something a bit different. So there he is, fishing for stars. He's a bit bright. But, silly thing, again, just a bit personal to us. All the doors in this construction come frames, and it's literally like a cassette system. You just install it into the aperture. Half a dozen screws to hold it in place, expanding foam around the outside of it to secure it, and then trimmed. The good thing about that is every door fits like a glove. There's no clicks and rattles and bangs. They just, all the doors fit like a glove. So it's a really good system. Again, it's not something, it might be available in the UK, but I haven't seen it. So all doors are the same, all cassette. This is our daughter's bedroom. So she wanted this black and white tree kind of thing. Oh, to be young again. It's obviously got a double Ottoman style bed, so loads of storage underneath. Nice big room for a teenager. Big wardrobes and ensuite bathroom. So again, nice for a teenager. She's got like I say, a really big room. She's got an ensuite bathroom. She can just come up here, shut herself away with her friends, and feels like she's a bit independent. The other thing that's nice about her room is the balcony. She's got a Juliet balcony, which is lovely in the evenings because the sun comes through from this side, straight in through this side. So it's really nice to sit out here in the evenings, and it's adjacent to the main balcony where we'll sit. So we can throw stuff at each other. Probably water balloons. That seems to be the method of attack at the moment. So that's her bedroom. This is a resident nightmare. Right, monkey. So that's our Bombay cat to go with our Bengal cat. Interestingly enough, Bengals aren't from India. They're actually American, which I didn't know. Anyhow, our bedroom. Very minimalist, I suppose you'd call it. What do you do in a bedroom? Don't answer that. But this bed's brilliant. It's full electric. So the bottom tilts up, the head tilts up. You can put it in all sorts of positions. Misses, and it vibrates. It's a massaging bed as well, so that's wonderful. You get in a bed at night, and it's just a really nice thing to just have a nice little massage and chill out. Remember, we're old. We're getting older. Big wardrobe again for both of us. Bedside cabinets, and our other little piece of luxury is another massage chair. It's a rocking massage chair made by Yamaguchi, with footstool stroke foot massager. Again, I don't think there's a day that we haven't used it. We're in it, me, the wife, and daughter use that. One of us is in it every day, without a doubt. So, brilliant, excellent thing, so good. Massages your back, goes in all different positions, does your neck, your shoulders, your feet. It's wonderful. They do much bigger versions. You've probably seen them, look like something out of a spaceship, which we could have had, but this is, we think, almost as good. And the beauty of this is you can pick it up and move it around the house, so you can move it in different rooms. We used to have it downstairs, for example, under the stairs. So as soon as you want to change around, it's not a major upheaval to start taking the thing apart. You just pick it up and move it. So again, ours is ensuite, different design, and everything's sitting on the toilet because Derek has been in cleaning. So Derek, I should say, is our robot Hoover stroke mop. It's called Derek because the original version we had in the UK and it wasn't anywhere near as good as this one. But he got named Derek and it's kind of stuck, so yeah, don't ask. So that's the tour of our house. Hope you like it. If you don't, that's all good. It's no problem. It's our house after all, and we like it. So from our bedroom, we go out onto the outside terrace, which I've covered off in another video, which did the outside. So still a work in progress. Some of the tiles have been moved, and we won't talk about the platform to nowhere. And there we go. Thanks for watching, and keep watching and follow the Plastic Russian.